Hello friends, how are you? So I hope you all are doing great, super great. Right, sir. So what we have been discussing about is secondary distribution, and in the secondary distribution we were discussing about reciprocal services method. Okay. So in the reciprocal services method, I told you there is a two-way flow of services. That is, one service department is providing services to another service department and in return taking the services from another service department, and both these are substantial services. That means it is to be considered. Okay. Then we discussed that there are various methods: one, repeated distribution; simultaneous equation; second and third is trial and error method. And we have discussed about repeated distribution method and the trial and error method. Okay. So we discussed how to treat the repeated distribution method, and I gave you one homework also related to this, question number 6, if you remember, right? And I hope that all of you have tried that, right? I gave you the answer also, that what will be the answer. In case you are facing any issues, do let me know. Okay. So now you have to tell in the comment box also that whether you have done your homework or not, right? That will tell me that whether you are, absolutely committed to your studies or not, whether you are actually doing it seriously or not, right? You must tell me in the comment box. Let's make it a little bit interactive, right? By doing some comments and all those things. Okay. Let's make it a bit more interactive. That will look like a class then. Okay, sir. Now, the final method that we have is, that we are going to discuss in this lecture is, that is simultaneous equation method. Simultaneous equation method, right? So now we have simultaneous equation method. This is a bit different method. Okay. So different in which sense? In the sense that how we have to solve the secondary distribution. Sir, is there any change going to be in the primary distribution also? No. Up till primary distribution, the question is going to be same. Up till primary distribution, you have to follow the same steps as we have discussed. There is no change whatsoever in case of primary distribution, right? But in case of secondary distribution, when we talk about the secondary distribution, then the question is to be solved by forming equations, right? Now, how to form these equations and what to do, I think it's better we do it by a practical problem, because there is no other way of explaining this method, right? The best way is to do a practical problem, and you will be able to understand that what we have to do in the simultaneous equation method and how it is to be done. Let's see question number 6 again, right? Sir, you gave this question as the homework and we have already done that. I know you have done that, but you have done that by repeated distribution method. Now we are going to solve this question by simultaneous equation method. I told you in the last lecture also that a same question can be done by repeated distribution also and by simultaneous equation method. Okay. Now, some of the questions that often come, that sir, if in the examination we are not given the method, what to do, right? I'll answer all those questions by the end of this lecture. Okay, so first we'll try to solve this. Okay, sir, let's go. ABC Limited has 3 production departments, P1, P2 and P3, and 2 service department, S1 and S2. The following data are extracted from the records of company for the month of October. So overheads are given to you, the bases are given to you, then the expenses of the service department S1 and S2 are reapportioned as follows. S1 20% to P1, 30% to P2, 40% to P3, and S1 and 10% to S2, right? Now S2 40, 20, 30 and 10. Okay. Clear? Now, what you don't read the requirement, because the requirement is related to absorption, that we will start in the next lecture. Okay. What you have to do is, in this question, you have to do secondary distribution by simultaneous equation method. Okay. Now, when you have done the homework, you should take out the same notebook where you have done the homework. Okay. And when you have done the homework, you must have done the primary distribution. The quotiental primary distribution remains the same. Now you will do the solution below that quotient only, right? Up till primary distribution, it's going to be the same. So you can start with the expenses of the primary distribution. Now I'm going to show you the solution for this. Okay, this is the primary distribution that you have done. You can in fact cross verify that whether your answer is correct or not. Okay, you can cross verify it whether your answer is correct or not for the primary distribution of question number 6. So this is our solution 6. Okay, primary distribution is done. The steps remain the same. That first you have to take the direct cost of all the service department. Then you have to take the if there are any allocated overheads, you have to take those. Otherwise, if the allocated overheads are not there, then you have to apportion the overheads on some reasonable basis. And this is going to be the format that you have to follow in the examination also. Right, this basic format is very much necessary in the examination for the clarity of the paper checker, right? It is not necessary that you have to put those lines, you have to use the scales and all those things. Not necessary, sir. It is a professional examination. It is not a school examination where all these things are checked, right? So in the professional examination, what they expect is that you should know the concept, right? But it should be understandable to the paper checker. That is what the main requirement is. So up till this point, what you have got is, you have got the total cost of S1 and S2. Is that clear? So you have got the total cost of S1 and S2, that these are the various costs which are apportioned to S1, right? That means the S1 has incurred 1000 rupees on the depreciation. The S1 has incurred 1667 on the power. That means, now try to understand what this whole column means. This whole column means that S1 has paid this much money for these expenses, right? That is what we can say, that S1 has paid, S1 has incurred this much cost. That means something has flown out of S1's pocket. This is the cost that is apportioned to S1. Isn't it? Now, listen to one point very carefully. This is what is clear. 38,380 is the cost that has been incurred by department S1. This is what we can say from this table. Right? This much money has flown out of the pocket of S1. This is the cost that is attributable to department S1. That is, this much is to be paid by S1 or has been paid by S1. Clear? Now listen to one more thing. Read this table carefully now. Analyze this table carefully. This table says that S2 has provided 10% services to S1. Right? Now, if S2 has provided 10% services to S1, that means for those services provided, S1 will pay S2 or not? Simple, sir. Is S2 providing the services free of cost? No, sir. Right? That means S1 will have to pay S2 for the services provided by S2. Listen to it very carefully. It might confuse you a bit. I'm saying S2 is providing services to S1, 10% services to S1. That is clear, right, sir? Now, if S2 is providing services to S1, that means S2 will charge something for the services provided. Yes, sir. Right? S2 will charge something for the services provided to S1. Right, sir? That means the amount S1 will be paying will be a cost for S1. Isn't it? For the services that he has taken from S2, that is a cost for S1. Now, what we have to do is we have to frame the equation. I say, what is the total cost of S1? Sir, this 38,380 is one cost plus 10% of S2. Why I have written this 10% of S2? Because whatever the services have been provided by S2, 10% of that is the cost for S1. Whatever has been the total services provided by S2, out of that 10% cost belongs to S1. This is the total cost of S1. This equation represents what? This equation represents, one second guys. This equation represents total cost of S1. right? This 10% of S2 represents the amount that will be paid by S1 to S2 for the services taken by S1 from S2, right? So the total cost will be 38,380 plus whatever this S1 will be paying to S2. Okay, that means this part, clear? So this is my equation number 1, that the total cost of S1 is 38,380 that we have apportioned plus whatever the payment will be done to S2. Similarly, we will find out the total cost of S2. We'll find out the total cost of S2, that is 12,337. This is the apportion cost plus, see, S2 is also taking services from S1. That means he will make payment to S1 for this, right? So it will be a cost for S2. So what is the total cost? 10% of S1 services, right? So this is my equation number 2. S2 is equal to 12,337 plus 0.10 S1. Clear? This is your equation number 2. Any doubts up till this point? These two equations represent the total cost of the service departments, of the respective service department. This is not the total cost, right? This is the apportioned cost. This is my apportioned cost, right? This cost does not consider the cost for the services provided by the service department to each other, right? So considering that, we have taken how much of the services being provided, accordingly the cost incurred 10% of S2 and 10% of S1. Okay, so this is how equation is framed. I have told you that what is the meaning of this. This whole equation says S1 is equal to, okay, I'll write it again. I'll write it here. I say S1 is equal to 38,380, right, plus 10% of S2. Clear? Now this whole equation, what is the meaning of this whole equation? The whole meaning of this whole equation is total cost of department S1, right? The total cost means the apportioned cost plus the cost that has been paid for the services availed from other service department. Now, what is the meaning of this 10% of S2? This is the payment. This is the payment by department S1, for services given by S2 to S1. Now it is clear. Now this payment is a cost. This is a cost for department S1, right? So this is the payment by department S1 for services given by S2 to S1. Now how we are going to get this? This is the services given by S2 to S1. If here we have 5%, we'll take 5%. Here we have 10%, we'll take it in the other equation, because this is one area where many of the students commit mistake. Now you're getting my point, right? What is the meaning of the equation? Similarly, for the other equation, okay, equation number 2. Now you have two equations with you. Okay, I'll rub all this. Now you have two equations with you, equation number 1 and equation number 2. You have to solve this two equation. What we do, I say substitute value of S2. This is the value of S2. I will put it in equation number 1. So equation number 1 becomes S1 is equal to 38,380 plus 0.10. Now instead of S2, I will put this value. I can substitute this value, no issues. 12,337 plus 0.10 S1. So I'll multiply this with this. 38,380 plus 1233.7 plus 0.01 S1. Now what I will do is I will take this S1 here. So I will say 1 S1 minus 0.01 S1 is equal to 39,613.7. This will come to 0.99 S1 is equal to this. So this equation, right? How this equation has come? Understood? right? Subtracting this 0.01 from this 1 S1. So 0.99 S1 is equal to this. We get the value of S1 as 40,014. Now this is the total cost of S1. Total cost of S1, right? Out of this total cost, 90% has been incurred for production departments and 10% has been incurred for the service department S2, right? Because why, sir? Because the services were taken from S2 also. 90% belongs to production, 10% to S2. Okay. Now that we have got the value of S1, we can substitute in equation number 2 or equation number 1. We can substitute in any of the equation. I have substituted the value in equation number 2 and I get the value of S2, that is 16,338. Again, 90% of this to production department and 10% to service department S1. Any doubts? Clear? So this is the total cost of S1 and S2 what we have got. Clear? In case of repeated distribution, we get the total cost how? After repeating distribution, repeatedly doing distribution and all those things. Now what we have to do is we have to distribute this cost. We have to distribute this cost and this cost between production departments. How, sir? See, what is the S1? S1 total cost is 40,414. But how much of the cost belongs to the production department? Only 90% of that cost belongs to the production department. Any doubts in this? Sir, only 90% belongs to the production department. The 10% belongs to the service department. So first I will take 90% of this total cost, right? Then I will distribute this total cost in which ratio? In this ratio, in the ratio of services provided, that is 20, 30 and 40. So this is 20, 30 and 40. So this is the values that we will get. Clear? The rest 10% belongs to S2 and this value will get as 0. But what is the purpose? The purpose is to distribute the cost between the production departments. Clear? Any doubt? Now about S2, again sir, that out of the total cost, 90% belongs to the production department. So we'll take 90% of this and distribute in which ratio? Distribute in the ratio of 40, 20 and 30. So in 40, 20 and 30, this is the values that we have got. Any doubts up till this point? I hope this is clear. So you can cross verify the values. 116,338 multiplied by 90%. So you will get 14,704. And 16,338, 90%, right? Something around 14,000 you will get, and that you will distribute in the ratio of 40, 20 and 30. Clear? So this is how the question is to be solved by simultaneous equation method, right? What is the role? That first we have to identify the total cost of the service department, including and considering the services provided by one service department to another service department. Okay. How much of the services we have taken and how much payment we would have taken will depend upon the services taken. This is how the equations have been formed. So remember this part. Remember this part that I have written, that how this equation has been formed. Clear? This is what? This is your apportioned cost. This is what? This is your apportioned cost. Right? Apportioned cost plus the payment for the services given by one department to another, that becomes your total cost. Clear? So you have to solve this equation, and when you get the total cost, then you have to distribute that percentage of total cost between the production departments. The service department cost, you don't have to consider it. Clear? Any doubts? I hope this is clear. So this is how you have to solve it by the simultaneous equation method. Now what you can do is, all those who have the handbooks, right, they can solve it from the handbooks. They can solve the more questions from handbooks. And all those who have subscribed to the ICI study material course, those who can understand Hindi, lot of students have subscribed to that course. right? The English course is not available as of now, but we'll try to make it available as soon as possible, right? So for that, you can download the mobile app, or you can visit our website www.ksjteaching.org. Download the mobile app from the Android Play Store, right? And I think it's very beneficial to download a mobile app. Why, sir? Because you will get notifications from time to time. Right, sir? So this is about the simultaneous equation method. And with this, we have completed our secondary distribution. So what you have to do is you have to revise secondary distribution. You have to solve all the questions from the ICI study material, right? You can listen to the lectures who have subscribed from the app or from the website. And what we are going to do now, what we have completed is, we have completed this methods of secondary distribution. This is done. Now the next part that comes is the absorption of overheads that we are going to start in the next lecture, right? What is meant by absorption, how this absorption is done, all these things we'll be discussing in the next lecture, right? So see you guys in the next lecture. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you so much.